Okay, let's shift gears here a little bit and move on to the NBA playoffs. Matt, you are a resident expert of all things basketball. Tell us some of your tidbits that you took from this past weekend's action in the first round of the NBA playoffs.
Well, I just got news that Boston hit another three just a second ago. They hit 24 3-pointers. I said, I told you, when they lost game 2 at home, I was like, that actually felt right. The last couple of years, we've been better on the road than at home. So Boston kind of takes a commanding 3-0 lead there. But I will say it was kind of interesting. I'm going to say one thing for my back page, but like right now, I was thinking about it last night. Right now, it's whoever wins the Thunder and the Spurs against the Celtics is what you're looking at. Now, a lot can change. It has changed before. I think Saturday and Sunday, you had some teams that maybe saved their skins. The New York Knicks had to win in Atlanta, and they did. That series at 2-2. The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Toronto Raptors, it looked like the Cavs were in control of that one. The Raptors win 2 in a row, rallying yesterday multiple times to even up that series. But probably the series that kind of stands out to me the most right now, just from what is going on and what does this mean for your legacy and all that good stuff, is that Rockets-Lakers series. And you had it on the list to talk about. The Rockets got a win last night to stay alive. But the meltdown on Friday, I think it was Friday, was just – I mean, there's 25 seconds left. You're up by 6 and you have the ball. And the game goes to overtime. Now, part of that was, LeBron adds to his legacy with an epic game-tying 3-pointer after he forced a steal that was just off the charts incredible. It was great stuff to watch. But, for me, I talk about legacy. I'm like, look, man, KD, I understand, I guess you're hurt, but teams need to start moving off this guy. Houston was already down a peg with Fred VanVleet going out for the season earlier, a long time ago. But this is a Lakers team you can get a win against. They don't have Luka, they don't have Austin Reeves. And KD just can't do it. He can't do it. And I'm not blaming him. I know that's how it goes sometimes, but it's not a great look on the legacy when, you're looking and saying, well, thank God you teamed up with Steph for a couple years. So you got some titles. Because other than that, I don't know what you're bringing to the table other than just being a prolific scorer, which I'm sorry, there's been a lot of prolific scorers in NBA history.
Yeah. And I could promise you the Rockets didn't make that trade last summer to have him missing games in the playoffs.
No.
Even if he's not 100%, that's a bad look, especially with the situation they find themselves in now. They did stave off elimination, as you said yesterday, but it's just a matter of time. And, I mean, man, the legend of LeBron continues to grow. And the Lakers are just, I don't know. You look at this thing and it's like, we're not going to play our guys until we have to. And the Rockets are actually doing them a favor by not being competitive in this series. And I mean, just think about now how healthy the Lakers are going to be when inevitably Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic come back. Whereas right now they're not really having to be pressed to do that and come back early. And so they're actually getting more healthy with every single passing day. That's going to be a scary team for somebody to face here in rounds 2 and, finals going forward.
Well, and I'll tell you what's interesting, and I got to give my boys credit for this. I don't know if you've ever noticed this. You may not pay enough attention to the NBA. Inevitably, almost every year, there is a Saturday or a Sunday where some team is playing their game 7, but on the same day, you've got 2 teams who are playing game 1 of the next round. They will actually start game 1 of the next round before a round one series has ended. And, you know, if the Lakers had finished it off last night and the Thunder finish off the Suns tonight, that's the series that would be tabbed to start early. And I don't know that the Lakers want that series to start early. I think they want that series to start as far off as it
That's
can.
a great point. That is a great point.
Again, that is my boys' theory that they put out there. That's not from me. I want to be clear that Andrew and CJ told me about that one, or I think CJ told me that Andrew told him, or
You
whatever.
should be so proud of your offspring.
I tell you what, but it is worth considering that it might not be ideal for the Lakers to win just yet. Now, look, you don't want to screw around and go back to Houston for a game 6 and then they've got all the momentum now, but it was just worth mentioning, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, that's a way. I mean, what's their next game? Tuesday, maybe, out in LA? I think they go back to LA, right? No, they
do go back to LA, yeah.
On Wednesday. So they've got, another couple of days here as we're recording this, and before they have to play game 5 out there in LA. And so you're looking at maybe another full week now that they're looking at of healing time for those two guys. Yeah, I think, the Lakers don't want to wait too long to finish this one out. And because then if the Rockets can take this back to Houston, I mean, you kind of have a different series at that point.
You do.
Looking at right now. So, that's a very interesting thing to watch and a great theory. I think I agree with that one. Notch that one up for the Paul boys as we're sitting here today. Man, what is going on in these other series with these fisticuffs? I mean, it happened twice over the weekend. The Nuggets and the Wolves really do not like each other. And again, of course, a key note I saw yesterday, of course, now the T-Wolves are in trouble. Anthony Edwards apparently has sustained a bone bruise. Hyperextension in his left knee, expected to miss multiple weeks, according to Shams. So that's not good news for Minnesota.
No, and that was actually, and I've got a quirky part to it that I'll add on the back page. But that was kind of what I was going to talk about. Is it's just been brutal to watch these injuries. DiVincenzo also went out with an Achilles. He's done. So the Wolves lost DiVincenzo and Edwards in that game, then still won the game. Denver. Aaron Gordon's been battling health issues. Of course, you had Wemby, who came back, but he got the concussion earlier. Jalen Williams from the Thunder, their second best player, is out for an indeterminate period of time with an injury. Almost all these are in the West, but it's kind of like, gosh, this is rough. This is not what you want to see. You were wanting to see, if you're looking at a Thunder Lakers series, but potentially no Luka and no Jalen Williams, or a Spurs and Timberwolves series, maybe Wemby's back, but no Anthony Edwards. It's tough. You hate to see it. It's really, really not what you want on what was looking to be a very high level NBA playoffs.
Yeah. It's look, I am no San Antonio Spurs apologist as a Mavs fan, of course, and so I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm pulling for them to win anything, but it is good to see Wemby able to come back after that fall he took and be able to compete in these things, because I have to be careful when I say this, because I do truly, I'm a hate watcher. I may have established that before here.
Yeah.
And so, that is what it is. I don't love the game enough, really, in any sport, to be able to sit down and watch it if my team sucks. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I hate watch. And so I'm not saying at all that I, want the Spurs to win this first round series, but I also understand the generational type player that they have. I don't want them losing because their generational player is out for an extended period of time. That makes any sense.
Yeah.
I don't hate him enough yet to get to that point.
Yeah.
So I may get to look. I used to try to hate Tim Duncan, and I really couldn't bring myself to do it. I found myself hating other players on his teammates double. But I kind of respected and liked Tim Duncan and David Robinson and those guys. But I just couldn't generate the dislike for them that I could for some others. So
Yeah.
anyway, good to see him back on the floor yesterday. All right. You mentioned the back page. That's a great segue into what you have for us here today on your back page, sir.
Well, let me just tell you these injuries. How's this for freaky? So Donte DiVincenzo tearing his ACL was now the fourth guy in the last couple years. Not his ACL, excuse me, his Achilles. He's the fourth guy in the last couple years, significant guy, like starter guy, to have the ruptured Achilles in the playoffs. We're talking him last year, Jason Tatum, who, holy cow, has he bounced back quickly. Last year, Tyrese Halliburton from the Pacers. And then you also had Dame Lillard, who is still kind of recovering from that. Did you see this, that all four of them wear the jersey number 0?
I did not.
How freaky is that? 4 guys who have suffered the same injury to knock them out of the postseason, and they're not like nobodies. They're starters on playoff teams. Some of them are all-stars, and they all wear jersey number 0. Wow. That's bizarre. That's really bizarre.
Wow. Yeah, and by the way, can't say jersey number 0 because 0 is not a number. So okay. Jersey 0.
Okay, gotcha. They have a 0 on their jersey. But anyway, I just
that's
thought
your AP
that was
style lesson for the day.